Hello and welcome to the E14 Toybox. I'm Rob, and thank you as always for joining me on this video. So I'm going to go through two more DC Joker's Wild boosters today. So here they are in their glory, resplendent and affordable, hence why I've got them. So in the last episode I was hoping for Killing Joke Joker and Deadshot. I got neither of those, so my wishes are going to carry over. So we shall see what I pull. I got some good results. I got Geoforce, who was pretty cool. I got a sketch variant Batman, which was quite nice, apart from the weird dead eyes. Nonetheless, let's find out if this episode will be kinder to me in terms of getting me somewhere near my wishes. So, booster number 1. Ooh, that's a cool one. Even though it's nowhere close to what I wanted, it's still cool. I will say, one character whose face I'm getting a bit sick of seeing. Right, so he's most common, then her, then him, then her. Alright, let's do these in commonality order. Jesus. Okay, let's see what we pulled. So, we have a 1 soldier piece, generic as they come. Cobra Fanatic. He's very fanatical, that Cobra, look at him. So that's his dial there. 20 points for 3 clicks. 1 click of charge, 3 clicks of Blade's Claws. Made much nicer in the new rule update. I'm not personally a fan of the change. I quite liked the risk of rolling something cool and then getting a 1, but at the same time I can understand how it's appealing. I'm just, like I say, not a fan personally, but I'm sure I've used it to great effect already, so who cares. Anyway, not really much to say about this one. He's got some sort of team ability which I'm not familiar with. I can't see. It's obviously got something written on it, but I can't make out what it is. So it's got a team ability. If I do figure it out, or I remember to, I'll put it in a description somewhere in this video. Maybe a little bit of text will float up and say, it's obviously this, you pillock. Next, for 25 points, Amanda Waller. There she is there, look. And then she's got a dial that looks like this. It's her dial there. 3 clicks for 25 points, 5 range with a single lightning bolt, 3 clicks of stealth, 3 clicks of what appears to be leadership. Yep. And that's about it, really. So she's got a trait. Friendly characters with the Suicide Squad team ability can use that team ability to heal when any friendly character is KO'd anywhere on the map. Such a good ability, it should be a crime. Next. I'm going to have to, annoyingly, I'm going to have to go through this one, even though I feel like I've done this description to death. Just because it was on the last episode. Batman. It's a lovely sculpt, and he's a great piece. But I have so many of these now. There's like 4 of these now. Batman. I mean, he's a great piece and all, and it's a really lovely sculpt, except for the dead eyes on the sketch variant. But I'm just a little bit sick of seeing him. I've got so many of them now. In the sketch variant, it's got dead eyes and like that, but apart from that, it's not that entertaining. So anyway, I'll talk through his dial. So he's got 6 clicks for 120 points, Outsiders and Batman ability, 3 clicks of running shot, 3 clicks of charge, 6 clicks of damage attack box out, 3 clicks of toughness, 3 clicks of combat reflexes, 2 clicks of leadership, and then 4 blank ones. He can ignore hindering terrain and elevated terrain for the purposes of movement, and his attack box out reads like so. Give Batman a free action and choose one. Energy Explosion, Force Blast, Incapacitate, Precision Strike, or Willpower. Batman can use the chosen power until he chooses again, so it doesn't just reset every turn. You can keep it for as long as you want. So it's nice in that respect. It's just that I have so many bloody Batman figures. And I'm not even talking Batman across the board, because there are so many generally, but I'm talking that specific piece. Apart from the sketch variant being slight variation even then. Next, another sketch variant, but not Batman, thankfully. So we have Technocrat. Quite a nice one, this one. Nice bit of detail to a point. Dial looks like this. Zoom. Thank you. 6 clicks for 80 points. 6 range, 1 lightning bolt. Outsider's team ability. 2 clicks of running shot, 3 blanks, and an earthbound neutralized. 3 clicks of an attack box out, which I'll run through in a minute. Followed by 2 clicks of penetrating psychic blast and a blank one. 2 clicks of toughness, 4 clicks of energy shield deflection, and then half blank, half damage box out. So, the attack box out. When Technocrat makes a range attack targeting a single character, increases damage value by 1 for every 2 squares away the target is from Technocrat. So he can basically buff his damage up for further away attacks. So he's got a range of 6, so he can buff his damage up by up to 3. And then damage box out. Give Technocrat a power action and choose Outwit or Perplex. Technocrat can use the chosen power until he uses his power again or until he takes damage. So he gets basically an additional Outwit or Perplex on top of his dial while he's choosing those powers until he chooses the next one. And then finally, the rarest one of the pack. Nice sculpt, although it's a little bit bent back. Lady Shiva. So she's in a kicky pose. Batman enemy. League of Assassins. Assassin and martial artist as her keywords. She's 50 points for 5 clicks. 3 movement box out, followed by 2 clicks of flurry. 5 blank ones, and then 5 defense box out. 2 clicks of exploit weakness, and then 3 blank ones. So let's talk about the box outs. So first of all, she has a trait. This is how I deal with the Bat, much like the Harley Quinn and the Joker. She's got the Batman enemy team ability. So once per turn for all characters with this trait, if a character uses the Batman enemy team ability to replace its attack value with Lady Shiva's, also modify that character's attack value by +1 if it's a close attack. So she's better for melee characters if they want to then swap in her attack. So, movement box out. Lady Shiva can use Flurry and Precision Strike. When she uses Flurry, if the second attack is against the same target, you may keep the result of one of the dice from the first attack, and if you do, the second attack roll can't be re-rolled. So you can, if you roll a 6, if you roll a crit hit in the first one, you're guaranteed at least a 6 on the second roll if you use Flurry against the same person twice. That's pretty awesome. And Precision Strike means it's penetrating, I guess. So that's pretty awesome. Defense box out. She's got it all the way through her dial. Lady Shiva can use combat reflexes. Adjacent opposing characters can't have their combat values increased when making close attacks. So they can't perplex their close combat attack up. Nice. She's pretty cool. I like her. I like Technocrat. I like Lady Shiva. That's a good first haul. So let's find out what's in the second one. Just pop this away. Put it to one side. Ooh. A bit less room for cards. All right. Don't know how that works, but it does. So let's find out what's in number 2 then. I'll be honest. It's fine. There's some good stuff, but it's not exactly going to blow anybody away, this one. So I'm trying my best to... I will make sure to give it all the gusto I can muster. But this is probably the weakest pull I've had in some time. So, first up, we have a JSA character in the form of Wildcat. Nice sculpt, I like that. I do like that one. I can't see myself ever using him, but then maybe I should. Dow looks like that. 65 points for 5 clicks. JSA team ability, 0 range, but 1 lightning bolt. 2 clicks of charge, 3 sidestep. 2 clicks of quake with 3 nothings. 2 toughness, 2 combat reflexes, 1 regen. And then 2 empower, 3 close combat expert. No damage box outs to speak of any kind. 2 traits. Once per turn with all characters with this trait, which is a simpler time. We've seen it a few times pop up in the Joker's world. If a character uses the JSA team ability to replace its defense value with Wildcat, that character can use probability control, but only to re-roll one of the dice in the attack roll. Nice. And then, sorry pal, I mastered that style before you were born. Adjacent opposing characters can't use close combat expert. So he's the only person within adjacency who can use close combat experts. That's quite a nice power to have. One is... God, Is he welded in? Oh, there we go. Well, that dial's lovely and loose, though, on the plus side. Maybe it's a symptom of being stored in the thing too tight. You end up with a much nicer dial. So, 75-point Black Lightning. I really do like this sculpt of this character. I have the sketch variant one as well. I think I maybe even have one of these. But I do really like him. And then his dial looks like that, with the added bonus of mine being really loose. So he has 5 clicks for 75 points, 8 range, and a single lightning bolt. So he has running shot with 3 clicks of force blast, and then running shot again. 3 clicks of an attack box out, which I'll read in a sec. Precision strike, penetrating psychic blast for 2. Willpower, followed by energy shield deflection, and then enhancement, followed by close combat expert, followed by a last click with 4 damage on him. So the attack box out reads thusly: Black Lightning can use Incapacitate with 3 lightning bolts. When he does, after actions resolve, each hit target is dealt 1 penetrating damage. So he can dish out triple Incapacitate with penetrating damage, which is nice. Let's be fair. Next, we have the Tattooed Man for 60. Nice tattoos on his frame. Clues in the name. Dial looks like so. Suicide Squad team ability, 0 range, 1 lightning bolt, 2 clicks of a movement box out, which I'll come to, 3 clicks of stealth, 2 poison, 2 Blaze Claw's Fangs, 1 poison again, 2 toughness, 2 combat reflexes, 1 regen, 2 shape change, 2 exploit weakness, and then back to shape change. The movement box out. Tattooed Man can use plasticity and stealth. If he has an action token when he attacks, modify his damage value by +1. So if you push him already, so basically he can do more damage if you push him, but obviously with the damage downside of he takes damage afterwards. But you know, nonetheless, quite cool. So next we have one. It's a piece I already have, but he's a really nice piece, so I'm sure I can find a home for him with a grateful recipient. Ra's al Ghul. Looks like that. There he is. It's almost like a cartoon sculpt. It's nice, like a Scooby-Doo villain. So, that's what his dial looks like, if the camera would like to show you. There we go. So, 140 points for 6 clicks. 2 movement box out, 2 running shot, 2 sidestep, 2 Blades Claws, 1 blank one, 3 Blades Claws, energy shield deflection, interspersed with combat reflexes, and then 3 damage box outs, followed by shape change, followed by another damage box out. So, first of all, he has a trait, Lazarus Pit. During the place objects phase of setup, you may place a Lazarus Pit special marker as described on this card in an unoccupied square at least 6 squares from the starting area. Oh, he also ignores hindering terrain for the purposes of movement, which is always nifty. Has the Batman team ability and a wild card, the Calculator. When any character occupies the square with the Lazarus Pit, you may give that character a power action and roll a d6. When you do, heal the character equal to the result, remove the Lazarus Pit from the map, and the character possesses Battle Fury for the rest of the game. So you basically give somebody a buff, a one-off buff, up to the value of d6. But obviously at the cost of Battle Fury, which means certain things you can't do anymore. Movement box out, Ra's al Ghul can use Charge and Flurry. Damage box out, Ra's al Ghul can use Outwit. Opposing characters within 6 squares can't use the Batman ally team ability, so he blocks people from being able to use the additional stealth that the Batman team ability gives you. So last but not least, mainly because it's a rather nice piece, although I wouldn't say pick of the pulls worthy, but having said that, now I've seen the dial. Looker, so she's a prime, a rare prime by the looks. Emily Leah Briggs, so she's 9 clicks for 100 points. Bit of a weird dial, but let's have a look anyway. So she's got 1 click of hypersonic, 4 clicks of charge, 2 clicks of mind control, 2 clicks of stealth, 2 clicks of precision strike, 2 blank ones, 2 running telekinesis, 3 blank ones, invincible, box out, toughness, regen, and then prob control, exploit weakness, outwit, and blank ones. She has a variety of powers. So, The blood drinking is the worst part. Looker begins the game on click number 5, which looks like that one. So she starts there. She can use steal energy, and she can heal past their starting line. So she starts off weaker and then gets better if you manage to attack with her successfully. So her defense box out is she can use combat reflexes and impervious. So once you get up, wow, you need to gain a bit of energy with her, but at the same time, if you can, she is really cool. Actually, that makes Pick of the Pulls tougher, because although she's not by any means an exceptional sculpt, that dial is really good. So you know what? Pick of the Pulls is going to be Looker. Plus she's an outsider's team ability. 0 range, 1 lightning bolt. That's the one. So actually, despite outward appearances, I've learned something today, which is not to judge a pull by the cover, because this Looker is also she's no slouch elsewhere either. So that's all the Joker's Wilds that are going to come in booster unboxings. In the meantime, all that remains for me to do is to thank you for your time today. Whether you've come along and watched it all in one go or watched it in segments, I'm grateful either way. Can't be picky with this stuff. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the E14 Toybox, and bye for now.